Hiya, this is Andrew, and today we are back with Survival Paper A9. Question 1 is on logarithms. In part A, we're asked to show that a plus b is greater than 2. When adding two logarithms of the same base, we multiply the arguments. Two is equal to log 3 of 9, and log 3 of 10 is greater than log 3 of 9. Therefore, a plus b is greater than 2. Quick and simple. Part B. 1. We are given log base 3 of 2 and log base 3 of 5. We are asked to find log base 2 of 5. So we are going to use the change of base formula. Log base 2 of 5 is simply log base 3 of 5 divided by log base 3 of 2. And you will get b divided by a. Part 2. Log of 30. When you see logarithm on its own, it's going to be log base 10. So log of 30, this is log of 10 plus log of 3. Log of 10 is equal to 1. Log of 3 is 1 divided by log base 3 of 10. Log base 3 of 10 is log base 3 of 2 plus log base 3 of 5. Therefore, this will be your final answer. In this question, you are given a cumulative frequency curve, and you are asked to find the median weekly expenses. We have a total of 200 students, so the median would be the weekly expenses of the 100th student. So we go to the cumulative frequency, look for 100, find where it intersects the curve, then read off the x coordinates. And you should get around 27 and a half. The interquartile range. This is the difference between the 1/50th value and the 50th value. So the 1/50th value is going to be at this point, so 33, and the 50th value is going to be 22. So the difference is going to be 33 minus 22, or $11. You can also write it as 11.00. Both answers are correct. Part C. Each student spends $5 more. Describe if there is any impact on the IQR. There is no impact. And the reason is that the new upper quartile is going to be 33 plus 5. The new lower quartile is going to be 22 plus 5, because we're just shifting the entire curve by $5. Therefore, the interquartile range is going to be 33 plus 5 minus 22 plus 5, or 11. Same as before. Question 3. This is a classic discriminant question. You're asked to find the values of k so that the equation has two distinct real roots. Two distinct real roots means that the discriminant has to be strictly positive. So first we need to identify the coefficients of a, b, and c. A is equal to 1, b is 2k, and c is k plus 2. Delta is b squared minus 4ac, which is 2k squared minus 4 times 1 times k plus 2. And you will get this expression for delta. we want to solve the inequality delta greater than 0. Divide both sides by 4. Because we were dividing by a positive number, the inequality sign does not change. Factorize. We now want to find the intervals on which this quadratic is positive. So let's quickly sketch out the quadratic. The roots are at -1 and 2. The coefficient of k squared in this quadratic is 1, positive. This means that the parabola is opening up. Therefore, it is positive on either end. In other words, k less than -1 or k greater than 2. Question 4. You're given AB, you're given sine of BAC, and you're given cos of ACB. You're asked to find sine of ACB. So, part A. Since ACB is acute, we know that sine of ACB has to be less than 0. Greater than 0. So sine of ACB is going to be this positive square root of 1 minus cos of ACB squared. And you will get 3 divided by 4. Find the length of BC. It seems like we should use the sine rule here. But let's just quickly sketch out our triangle. AB is 8 centimeters long. BC is to be determined. We are given sine of BAC, and we are given sine of ACB. So, sine of ACB divided by AB is equal to sine of BAC divided by BC. BC is therefore and now we just need to plug in the values that we have found. AB, sine of BAC, sine of ACB. And you will get 6.4 centimeters. You can leave your answer as 32 by 5. That is perfectly correct as well. Also, this figure is obviously not to scale. Question 5. You have the height of a plant given as an exponential model. To show that h is an increasing function, we need to show that the derivative of h, or h prime of t, is strictly positive. So, h of t is 80 times 1 plus 9e to the negative 0.4t to the negative 1. Differentiate h. We will get minus 80 times this guy times the derivative of this. And you will end up with eighty times 3.6. That would be 288 e to the negative 0.4t divided by this denominator. So, the denominator is strictly positive because it is squared, and this guy cannot be negative. The numerator is also strictly positive because e to the negative 0.4t cannot be negative or 0. Therefore, h prime of t has to be positive, and therefore h is increasing. Part B. Find the value of t when the height of the plant first exceeds 4 times its initial observation. So first we need to find the initial observation. So the height at time 0 is going to be 8 meters high, 8 centimeter high. So now we need to solve the equation. And to solve this, we're just going to rearrange this equation a little bit. Solve for t. And therefore t is going to be ln of 6 divided by 0.4, or 5 ln of 6 divided by 2. Just a quick recap. Ln of 1 over 6 is negative ln of 6, and therefore we can cancel out the two negatives. Question 6. In this question, you're asked to find the area of a shaded region in terms of r, and we are given that this angle here is pi by 3. Because of symmetry, angle COD has to be pi by 6 radians. The area of a shaded region can be found in several ways. And I would say the easiest way would be finding the area of a big sector minus the area of O, let's call this E, the area of OECD, the kite, minus this sector over here, EOD sector. We know that the radius of the big circle is big R. So the area of this sector is going to be a half times pi by 3 times R squared. What's the area of this triangle over here? We know that OD is the radius of a smaller circle, that's R. So the area, let's find CD first. So if we look at angle COD, we know that CD, we know that tan of pi by 6 is OD divided by CD. Therefore, CD is going to be OD divided by tan of pi by 6. The area of triangle ODC is therefore a half times OD times CD, and therefore the area of the entire kite is going to be 2 times a half times OD times CD. Last piece of a puzzle. If angle ECD is 60 degrees. This angle has to be 120. This means that this big angle has to be 240 degrees or 4 pi by 3 radians. So the area of this sector is going to be a half times 4 pi by 3 times small r squared. The last step is getting a formula for big R in terms of small r. How are we going to do that? Notice that big R, let's call this M, for example. We know that CA is equal to CB is equal to CM is equal to big R. Big R is effectively OM plus OC. We know that OM is equal to small r, so OC is equal to r divided by sine of pi by 6. Why? Because if we look at triangle OCD, sine of pi by 6 is equal to OD divided by OC. OD is small r, sine of pi by 6 is 1 by 2. So the big R is equal to 3R. Put it all together. And then we can factor out the r squared. We are down to 5 pi by 6 minus root 3. This question is slightly harder than what you would expect on a typical survival paper. That also means, however, that the boundaries for this paper will be a bit lower. Question 7. A box contains A red cards, B blue cards, C yellow cards, D black cards. We have a total of 20 cards in the box, and ABCD of 4 consecutive terms of an arithmetic sequence. We are also given the probability that a red card is selected is 0.1. What does this information tell you? It means the probability of getting a red card is A divided by 20, and this is equal to 0.1. Therefore, A has to be equal to 2. How do we find the value of D? We know that B is equal to A plus K, so let K be the common difference. C is A plus 2K, D is A plus 3K. Therefore, A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 4A plus 6K. There are 20 cards in total. A is equal to 2, so 4A is equal to 8. Therefore, K is equal to 2, and D is equal to A plus 3K, or 8. B is therefore 4, and C is equal to 6. For the previous part, there are 2 red cards, 4 blue cards, 6 yellow cards, and 8 black cards. Bob draws a card at random from the back. He records the color of the card, then returns it to the back. So, no replacement here. Bob then draws a second card at random from the back. The total score of the game is the sum of the scores on the card. List all the ways that Bob can score more than 13 points. Okay, so he can do red, red. That will give him 20. Red, blue. That will give him 17. Red, yellow. That will give him 15. Red and black will give him 12, so that doesn't work. Blue, blue. That will give him 14. And that is all the possibilities. Bob gets a prize if he scores more than 13 points. So now we have to find the 4 probabilities and add them up. So P red red, P red blue, P red yellow, and P blue blue. P red red. The first card is red. The second card is red. Red blue. It's either the first card is red and the second card is blue. Remember, there's no replacement. Or the first card is blue and the second card is red. The order doesn't matter. As long as he has one red card and one blue card, he will get 17 points. Similarly, for red, yellow. Red, yellow, yellow, then red. Last part, blue, blue. There's only one way to get 2 blues. So, first probability is 0.01. Second probability is 0.04. Third probability is 0.06. And the last probability is 0.04. So your final answer will be 0.15. And this is the end of the survival paper.